What's up, everybody? Welcome to Geek of Thrones, the third episode, and this was a big one. This is nuts. The Queen's Justice, there's no time to talk. We just got to get right into it. 7 seasons, 7 years, all the books. Been waiting for this moment, and we both thought that they would really lollygag about things, but they just got right to it. I mean, we got our ice cream up front here. Mm-hmm. It opens up with Jon Snow getting to Dragonstone after apparently like a really quick voyage or whatever.
The red eye.
He just got there in an hour and a half apparently, and exactly how we said things would go is that both of them kind of just went at it a little bit, and I think that was going to be commonplace because both of them, I think, are very that they both built themselves up from nothing basically, and they both can't just falter, off like first scene. So I thought all that was really obvious. The one funny thing was Daenerys got this big introduction, the breaker of chains and mother of dragon, and then Davos just says, "This is Jon Snow."
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains.
This is Jon Snow.
Guy, I thought that was really good. What did you take from their first ever interaction?
I do really love it. I fully expected this scene to be the last scene of the episode.
I did too, yeah.
He pulls up, he walks into the room, they make eye contact, end of show. So it was like you said, we're getting our dessert first, and I really enjoyed that. I agree with what you said. They've brought themselves up from nothing. They're both very hard-headed, stubborn people, and that has played to their favor throughout the show. For either one of them to give at this point would have been completely out of character.
True.
But I do kind of like that Tyrion was there to basically act as a mediator and tell him, this is why she is the way that she is, and, to tell her, hey, if you give him something, even though it's nothing to you, it really could help your cause. So it was nice to see the two of them remaining true to character, and then Tyrion coming in and kind of smoothing things out. So, and
there's a lot that I want to talk about this, but there's a couple scenes in the show where they talk. So
right.
We'll just go through that. Then you get a couple of scenes that aren't very important. You get to see Theon getting pulled up on a ship. Who cares? You get to see Euron trouncing through the streets, and he's waving to people. He's got his prisoners in tow, and then him and Jaime have a little a quick bar match here and there. But more importantly, we get to see a jail sequence where Cersei finally gets to have her long-awaited revenge. She taunts the head of the Sand Snakes.
Alaria.
And then she eventually takes out her daughter, and she's got this huge evil plot, of course. What I want to say is that to me she's slowly turning into David Bowie, her look and her outfits. She has this her new dress design had spiked diamonds and stuff, and it's so 80s hard rocker, and so her and Euron look like Mick Jagger and Bowie are doing an album together or something. We move on from there, and Cersei and Jaime hook up in the bed. And what was notable about this was that they didn't try and hide anything. Mm-hmm. And Jaime was kind of taken off guard here, but Cersei's just yeah.
It is what it
is. It is what it
man.
is. What's up? Whatever. And she tells her servant change those seats because it got real nasty in there. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So her level of bravado is going. It somehow is higher than it's ever been. She is full on board or whatever.
Yeah. The more it goes on, the more she just does not give
at all. Yeah, she's just full queen mode. From there we go to a scene with her talking to a person from the Iron Bank, and this is a good callback because in case people forgot, they owe a lot of money. And not just them, but everybody in Westeros owes them millions of gold because everybody trying to get the throne at this point, immediate gold basically. Mm-hmm. So and she makes this little comment about look man, just hang out for about 14 days or whatever, and I'm I'll get your gold. And that was a really good red herring because I was sitting there thinking I was I wonder where that gold's going to come from, and then we find it out a little bit later. from there, we go back to Dragonstone. We get a scene with Jon and Tyrion, kind of like, you know, being like, hey, look, you know, I'm sorry that we took you capture, you know, whatever, but it kind of is what it is or whatever.
I came down here to brood over my failure to predict the Greyjoy attack. You're making it difficult. You look a lot better brooding than I do.
It's always good to see Jon and Tyrion on screen together. I mean, both of them, Kit Harington and Peter Dinklage are just awesome actors. They're just really cool.
I think it's a great dynamic between the two of them, and that was something that we've seen even from the very first episode, where they grew up, they were outcasts in their family, and they've worked really hard to get to where they are, and
kind of like
it was
brothers through like a broken past.
Yeah. It was
totally.
really nice to see them together. I really love the bond between those two characters.
Then you get Tyrion being this like information like middleman, going back to Dany, being like, hey, like, you know, he said this. It's kind of being like in high school, and like you're like, you know, passing notes to each other, kind of. And he's like, look, you know, you got to give him something here, whatever. So he sees the worth of the North and Jon Snow, but he also understands that both of them are very, like, you know, huge in their minds. Mm-hmm. So he's placating both sides here. And then we finally get to see like a more charismatic, but a more like intimate scene between Jon and Dany.
Amazing thing to see.
I named them for my brothers, Viserys and Rhaegar. They're both gone now. You lost 2 brothers as well. People thought dragons were gone forever, but here they are. Perhaps we should all be examining what we think we know.
You've been talking to Tyrion.
Here's my hand.
He enjoys talking.
We all enjoy what we're good at.
I don't.
You know, talking like, you know, just like being real with each other. There's people in the room with them, you know, whatever. And like, it was cool to finally see them be themselves.
Mm-hmm. It was really great. I will say this, I really just wanted those dragons to just make a U-turn.
I was so close to being right. I was everything was happening how I thought it was going to happen. I was like, please, I was so close.
I really want to see that scene where Jon gets to interact with the dragon, like we saw Tyrion interact with the dragon. And that kind of calls to a popular fan theory where the dragon has 3 heads, so obviously one of them is Daenerys, and then the other fan favorites are Jon, of course, because now that we know his true parentage. And the Tyrion is kind of one that's been thrown out there. So we saw how the dragons responded to him. I've been waiting to see them respond to Jon in a similar way.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful for that.
Yeah.
And then like we get the next scene, and I was like, it's not very noteworthy, but it's a Stark kid like a reunion. So like you're thinking like, oh, this is really important.
Yeah.
But Bran is so broken on the inside. He just has like no personality left.
Hello, Sansa.
Oh my God! So like you get Sansa like hugging him and being like a human, and then you get, you know, just Bran being like, "Hello, sister." You know, it's so creepy. And not to mention, Bran is not aging well. He is. It's not great. Yeah.
He reverse longbottomed. He was this cute, adorable little kid, and now the whole scene I was watching, and I didn't know where to look, if I should look at his ears or his eyebrows or his nose, and I
It's all bad. I don't know. So they have this scene out by this like old tree or whatever, you know, and they're talking, and he's just like, I liked you in your wedding dress, and he's got like this Hannibal Lecter style, like, you know, talking now. And so Sansa's like, okay, bro, I'll see you later. And she leaves him in the snow. How is he gonna get back in? Because like
Arnie crawled.
there's nobody pulling him back in his sleigh, so I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Maybe he has a bell.
So and then you get to this like really quick scene that apparently Sam has cured Jorah in like 4 hours of just like taking off, you know, skin or whatever. Okay, cool, you know, whatever.
That's cool.
And then
they'll meet up at Dragonstone.
Right?
It's gonna be great.
And we finally go back to Dragonstone, and it's this war room meeting of Tyrion basically talking about their strategy to take Castle Rock, and everybody from books to TV fans have been wanting to see Castle Rock because in the books it's talked about as this like really amazing place, and we get like a split second of how it looks, and you're just like, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're there, but you don't get to see like how great it is. What was cool was that as Tyrion's talking, and he's like, yeah, they'll like attack us from these ways, but like I have this great plan. We're gonna go in here.
So in the process of building the sewers, I threw in something for myself. It was a passage that began in an out-of-the-way cove by the sea and ended beneath one of the main guard towers. No better place for low pursuits than beneath the ground. Casterly Rock is an impregnable fortress. But as a good friend of mine once said, give me 10 good men, and I'll impregnate the bitch.
And I love that he was so short-sighted, and maybe it's arrogance that like maybe Tyrion thought that because he's smart, that makes him great at like war strategy. And it's like, the army's been beaten twice already, and it's both Tyrion's fault. I mean, it's showing that like he's not a great war general at all because and Jaime, like everybody else, and the Tarleys are proving that they know what they're doing. And when Dany first got there, they had dragons and the Unsullied and the Dothraki,
they had
and the Tyrells and Dorne.
And
Within 2 episodes, they have lost 3 of those factions already, and maybe like Unsullied are also screwed over. Who knows here, whatever. So it's cool to see that the Lannisters look down, but they just like uppercutted there, and like it's very exciting.
Yeah, I think that was kind of. I mean, it was important to see the Lannisters always being kind of one step ahead of the thing. You can see Grey Worm. You see his reaction when he realizes, hey, this is a trap, something is not right, there's no way that it would be this easy. And for him to look over the bay and he sees, Euron's ships coming in, destroying their fleet, he knows that they're kind of screwed at that point.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the next scene where we see the rest of the Lannister army has, in fact, taken off to Highgarden.
Yeah. Which was nobody saw that coming, especially the Queen of Thorns. She didn't expect that at all, whatever. And it was a really cool lasting interaction with Jaime being very respectful to her,
right?
And then Olenna being who she is like, all right, I'm gonna drink this poison. Oh, and by the way, I actually killed Joffrey. He was a cunt. Yeah.
I'd hate to die like your son, clawing at my neck, foam and bile spilling from my mouth, eyes blood red, skin purple. Must have been horrible for you, as a king's guard, as a father. It was horrible enough for me. A shocking scene. Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen the poison work before. Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
She's my language, but that's exactly what she says or whatever, and it's so in her character, to just try and get that last barb in there or whatever. Very cool.
I really loved her just calmness. She's the Queen of Thorns. She's not gonna freak out. She's not gonna panic when she sees that Highgarden is under attack. She's just, oh shit, well this is what's happening now. She even asks Jaime, did we at least fight well?
Yeah.
I knew we were gonna lose, but did we hang in there a little bit or whatever? And she's calm most of the time, and I love how she just, I think we've mentioned before how Peter Baelish is one of the few people who continues to play this game.
Yeah.
Even though there's bigger things on the horizon. And I think it's really important to note that Olenna Tyrell was one of those people that continually played the game. And we saw her play the game until the very end.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That was great.
Because at this point, like, there's nobody playing the game left. It's literally Cersei killing people, and it's Baelish in a corner being like, yes, it's almost time, you know? And so he's always, like, you know, making moves, but now he's basically playing chess by himself, so.
I'm excited to see where his story goes.
Yeah.
He's got to have an end game that nobody knows what it is yet.
I'm saying, at this point, I'm thinking that he thinks that he's playing Sansa, and maybe Sansa's actually playing him. Which would be really cool, but she's not smart, so I don't know. We'll see.
She is. Remember, Tyrion said, you know, she's smarter than she lets on. And
Yeah.
Jon said, well, she's starting to let on.
Yeah.
But I think there's still like that level to her character where I think you could be right, where he thinks he's playing her and she's going to come around and.
Yeah, like take the east somehow or something
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah. So it ends there with the Lannisters basically holding victory over the Dornish, over the Iron Fleet from Theon and them, for the fleet that they had taken, and the like Tyrells. So this once prominence like rising up is now being squandered in like 2 episodes. It's incredible. But as you see moving forward, it looks like Dany's going to have no choice but to basically take Jon as an ally, because he's the only person that actually has troops left or whatever. And not just that, but I think that she needs the war minds of Davos and Jon, because
Absolutely.
she has nobody there that knows what they're doing.
Tyrion does the best that he can, and he is a very, very intelligent person. This just maybe isn't his strong suit.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think he even is starting to realize that a little bit.
But it's very exciting. I'm excited to look forward to the next episode. Please come back and join us for Geek of Thrones episode 4. This is Allison and I'm Andrew. Thank you for being here with us.